Hey YouTube, and welcome to another video with myself, Xbox of X. It's been a few weeks since my last video. I've been choked up with a cold, and even when I got over that, the cough just would not go away. And I'm sure the last thing you want to do for 10 minutes is listening to me coughing. So I haven't done any videos, and we put off the micropod, which we were supposed to do week before last. You know, it just seems stupid to try and do it, and I was so bunged up, and I just couldn't stop coughing. So hopefully we will be back, not this weekend but the weekend after, hopefully. Just depends on whether the guys are free and whether we can pull it together, but hopefully within the next week or two we'll be back for the micropod. But there's been loads happening. There's stuff I want to talk about in today's video. I just want to be talking about OG Xbox Back Compatibility, and I also want to be talking about the possibility that I saw today, that there is a possibility that Microsoft have really pulled a flanker, something that Sony have been doing for a few years now, and it hasn't bothered me too much because I'd rather Xbox and the Microsoft team put their investment and their money into the games themselves and development, and not so much on marketing. I haven't felt that it's been needed, but the last I'd say the last 6 to 12 months has been changing, and you know, with all these exclusive marketing deals that Sony have been getting, Microsoft sort of dropped the ball a little bit and weren't concentrating on that. And Sony are very clever with their marketing. They do word things in a way that if you weren't really up on it, if you weren't really clued up, you would see the adverts and misinterpret them as those games are exclusive to that console, when they're not. It's just the DLC that they're you know, the specific DLC that's coming to that console. They always have a specific thing that's going to be on that console, and they do word it at the end only on PS4, and it does make that advert sound misleading and sound as if the game is only going to appear on PS4. And you might say that's stupid, people don't believe that. I have had somebody say to me, when Call of Duty World War II came out, that they were buying a PlayStation 4 because Call of Duty World War II was only available on the PS4, and he did not believe me that it was on the Xbox as well. He said the marketing says it's only on PS4. So people do get misled by this advertising. So it's great to see, if this rumour is true, and this is reported in the press today, that Xbox may have acquired the marketing rights to Borderlands 3, Cyberpunk 2077, which is the new CD Red project that they've been working on, which looks fantastic, Splinter Cell, which would be a massive game. You know, even if they could get that one as a full-blown exclusive on the Xbox, that would be fantastic. But marketing rights for Splinter Cell's a big thing. Battlefield 5, again, it's a big seller, so to get that marketing behind them, Microsoft and the Xbox team have got massive ties with EA already, with EA Access. So I was quite puzzled when that didn't happen with Battlefield 1, with the tight links, you know, and the fact that we get it earlier with EA Access. We usually get access to their games a week before anybody else through that program, so it's a bit bizarre that we didn't get the advertising. And Anthem, I mean, that's a very hyped game at the moment. It's one of those games that after seeing at E3 last year, a lot of people were like, oh my god, that game looks amazing. So if we've got you know, exclusive marketing rights to that game, or you know, it's great news. And it just goes to show that, you know, Microsoft and Xbox are being more aggressive with their gaming strategy. They need to be. They've been getting a lot of stick recently, unnecessarily. There's even been some members of the Xbox community that have been blowing the trumpet for Xbox since you know, the Xbox One was announced. Even they're starting to jump ship now, which I do not understand. Everybody seems hyped about this one bloody Spider-Man game, and I don't understand it. We've had Spider-Man on these consoles for years, and it's never been a big thing. But because it's exclusive, and it's one of those hold my hand sort of adventures, everybody's raving about it. And you know, why don't Xbox get these sort of games? You know, we get the games that we want on the Xbox. You know, we get the Gears, we get the Halos, we get the Forzas. You know, that's why we buy the console. We don't buy it for bloody Spider-Man. So I don't understand where that's all coming from at the moment. I really don't. So if this is true, you know, this is a big thing for Xbox, and I think it does show their new aggressive gaming strategy. And you know, everybody's going on about it. We're only 60 days, I believe, from E3. I think it's going to be massive for Microsoft for games, absolutely massive. And I think people need to hold on and stop criticising and wait and see what what Xbox has got up their sleeve at E3 this year, because it's all games. It's going to be all games, and I'm sure they've got loads of stuff we haven't even considered or thought of, and new IPs. So let's just see what happens. But yeah, if that's true, that's fantastic news. The other thing I want to mention as well is tomorrow night, it's the 9th today, if you're watching this video a bit late, 10th of April at 11:30 GMT, I believe, our time, inside Xbox, and they have apparently got some huge announcement regarding OG Xbox Back Compatibility. There's a lot of rumours and speculation about what that could be. Some people have said, you know, every OG Xbox is coming to back compatibility. That's not going to happen. They've quite clearly said from day one that's not going to happen, because they're having trouble getting all the rights. Some of these companies don't go anymore. They don't know who owns the rights. They can't physically do it because they don't know who owns the rights to them anymore. So I can't see that. I can see that more are going to be announced. Like, it's probably another 12 to 13 titles are going to be announced. What they are, who knows? Maybe we'll see some Abe, some Oddworld. That would be awesome if they could come. Knights of the Old Republic 2, Indiana Jones. There's so many games that are on that system that we'd love to see back on OG Xbox Back Compatibility. And there's even a rumour banging around that they could be introducing now achievements. Now, this isn't completely out of the realm of possibility. I think in 2000 I'm trying to remember, I think it was 2012, 2013, something like that, they updated Knights of the Old Republic for PC and Linux, and they put achievements into that. So it is a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be realistic. I don't think that's a realistic possibility. But you know, it's rumour, it's speculation. It's what people are saying. I would like to see the achievements introduced. Because it just gives you that extra incentive to go back and play these games. Not that I've needed any incentive. I have been going back and I've been playing Munch's Odyssey over the last week, and I've been really enjoying it again. I've forgotten how great that game was. So yeah, it'd be great to see those. And you know, let's see what happens tomorrow. But I think we're going to probably see another huge bunch of games added to that back compatibility list. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's 11:30, I believe, GMT on Inside Xbox tomorrow night. So let's see what Major Nelson and the guys have got up their sleeve. Just briefly as well, I just want to touch on Pirates. You know, Sea of Thieves still getting lots of shit. You know, it's a cartoony game. Why are we getting cartoony games? It's shit. Blah blah blah. Selling very well. It's getting lots of support. We enjoy it. I love it. And it seems quite funny that a game on the Xbox at the moment is getting a lot of crap for being a cartoony game when Spyro is so high on the charts, and that's specifically on PlayStation 4. And it's coming to Xbox One later this year. And they've just announced a Spyro trilogy coming to Xbox One as well, and PlayStation 4 remastered. And everybody is rejoicing and saying how fantastic it is. If I'm not mistaken, those games are cartoony games. It doesn't matter that they're cartoony games. It doesn't make them any worse, and doesn't make them any better. You know, there's different styles of games. The Spyro and the Crash Bandicoot games are very popular, and there's room in the marketplace and for gamers to have cartoon-style games as well as realistic games. And you know, when people slate Sea of Thieves as often as they do for being the type of game it is, they're very quick to forget the games that they've been playing for the last 2 years that are very similar. And it does make me chuckle. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. So thanks for listening. Remember to hit the bell down below to get notified. Hit the like, subscribe button. Leave your comments down below. I do appreciate all your comments. I will work my hardest to get more content coming up over the next week or so. So please like, subscribe, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care.